Hello, and welcome to Making a Difference on Columbia Access Television. I am Josh Chittum. I have with me today Elizabeth Broughton-Palmieri. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Excellent. Glad to have you here from Greenhouse Theater Project. So, what is Greenhouse Theater Project?
Greenhouse Theater Project is a small professional nonprofit theater company based in Columbia, Missouri.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Vibrant arts scene, and being a nonprofit, occasionally I know we have to raise some funds. So is there a fundraising event coming up here?
Good question. There is actually a fundraiser
Excellent.
coming up. This Sunday night we are having a soiree live auction fundraiser at PS Gallery. And each year we do a fundraiser, but this one is going to be a little bit fancier. What it's going to incorporate is a raffle portion and also this live auction. And this live auction has the most incredible items that people have donated to us. And so I would like to talk a little bit about some of those just to kind of stimulate people. Probably one of the coolest things we have is an all-inclusive trip to Maui, Hawaii. It's a yoga retreat.
Not bad.
Not bad, yeah. So that's on the auction block and someone gets to go home with that. We also have beautiful artwork by local artists, Joel Sager, Mike Sled, Marilyn Cummins, Ann Thompson, Ben Klopik, people like
Fantastic.
that. Yeah, good lineup. And we also have just really cool fun things like a spa day at Sweet Hills Farm with massage and facials and Broadway Brewery package, logboat package, things like that. So, yeah.
So that's this Sunday?
That's this Sunday night from 6 to 9 p.m. at PS Gallery. And the live auction, that will take place around 7:30, and we're doing kind of an old-fashioned Sotheby's markup of that. So everyone will get a paddle, and they'll have their number. And the whole evening consists of, we want to make it fun. We want to put the fun in fundraiser.
There you go.
So we're having, food is done by Sycamore, Tellers, Gina Yu, Sparky's, and all of our beverages, booze and non-booze, is brought to you by Shepherd's Distributing. And yeah, so we're gonna kind of wine and dine everyone, and then we are going to have some fun and do a live auction, which Jeremy Root is going to run.
Excellent.
And yeah, it should be a good night.
Now, do I need to pick up a ticket for this event?
You do need to pick up a ticket, yeah. You can buy tickets at the door, but if you want to get them in advance, which is helpful to us, you can get them down at PS Gallery. That is at 1025 East Walnut Street, and tickets are only $10.
Bargain.
So that's a bargain, it really is, because you get in there, you get your paddle, you get your first raffle ticket for the raffle, and then you get delicious food and beverages, and you get to kind of hang out. Some of my company will be there working it, and so whatever that means, if you want to come and partake in the fun, you should definitely get yourself down there.
All the while supporting local theater.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
one of the things that I came across was innovative theater and unexpected places.
Right, that's our tagline.
So, can you kind of tell me a little bit about that? What that
Absolutely.
entails?
Yeah. Innovative theater. So my co-artistic director and partner, Emily Adams, is from the UK. And she and I moved here about the same time a few years ago. And we were both professional actors and theater facilitators and artists. And we found each other somehow and realized that we worked really well together. And so we created Greenhouse. And the innovation kind of comes from, it stems from our belief system in what good art is. It's something that engages and it excites, it inspires people, and that is what gets us going. That's what Greenhouse is about. So we usually perform in, well, we always perform in downtown spaces, which are not theater spaces. They are on rooftops, or they are in art galleries and stuff like that. So we move around, and the audience is usually up close and personal and intimate.
Okay.
So that's where the engaged part comes in.
And your mission was engaging theater, but rooted in artistic collaboration.
Yeah.
So can you kind of talk about ways that you've tried to work with other arts groups?
Yeah.
Is that what you try to
Yep.
do, or?
Yep. Yeah, Greenhouse is all about collaboration. From the get-go, something that Emily and I hold dear to our hearts is opening ourselves to all art forms, not just, because we are actors and we run a theater company, there's a lot of other things that kind of come into that, especially when we're in these different spaces. Instead of having a set designer, per se, we will hire an artist, to do some kind of installation piece, because you kind of have to see outside of the box when you are working in these different challenging venues that add kind of another element, a character themselves to the piece. So we like to collaborate with musicians, filmmakers. We always do like a really funky trailer for all of our shows.
Okay.
So it's kind of a mini movie almost. Visual artists, all across the board. And then also just like businesses. We're collaborating with local businesses in the downtown area and people who, you know, they wouldn't necessarily connect themselves to an art form, but we bring ourselves into their space and they get to be a part of that. So it's really cool.
Absolutely. Sounds like a fantastic way that the very vibrant art scene in Columbia, Missouri can kind of work together. So in addition to this Sunday, you've got some shows coming up later on this year?
Yep, we've just planned our season. We have a great season coming up. It's we're doing Our Town. I wrote a new adaptation to Our Town by Thornton Wilder. It's a classic piece. It's going up in Orr Street Studios December 10th through the 14th. We have a guest artist coming into town to do that. We also have guest artists now. That's our new fun thing that we started last year, which kind of pumps some fresh blood into the community as well. And then we are doing Don Juan in February. We have 2 guest artists coming in for that, one from London and one from Chicago.
Wow.
And that'll be a very avant-garde piece. That'll be in Silverbox Studios, all in the North Arts Village district.
Very cool.
And our final piece of the year is an original that I wrote called The Con Artist, which will take place at Columbia Art League, I want to say May 6th through the 10th, and that was based on a movie that I saw at True False last year. I was inspired by it, and it's about an art forger. And so in true greenhouse fashion, it's a very experimental piece of theater with 3 performers, and yeah, you'll have to come and check it out to see what it's about.
Sounds like for sure. So again, this Sunday, October 12th from 6 to 9 at PS Gallery.
At PS Gallery, it's going to be a great time.
So pick up the tickets.
Pick up the tickets.
Bid on all the auction items.
Yes, please. Keep us here. Keep us going.
So, you know, support this idea of innovative theater in unexpected places.
Yeah. And if people want more information, they can check out our website, which is greenhousetp.org, or like us on Facebook.
Excellent.
And they can always send questions via our website to our email. And also, I was thinking that I maybe should punch in there that we are also going to be doing some one-night stand performances, which will be more like performance art pieces that will also kind of pop up throughout the year. So to keep your eyes peeled for that too.
I'm very curious. Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth, for coming on and making a difference.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, welcome back to Making a Difference on Columbia Access Television. I'm your host, Josh Chittum, and I've got Dasha Cole here with me. She's from the National Federation of the Blind of Missouri, and we're excited to have her. Thanks for coming. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, Josh?
Excellent, excellent. So I was doing a little research, and it said that the National Federation of Blind of Missouri was one of 7 original groups. Does that sound right?
Yes.
To form an organization. So can you tell me a little bit about the group and kind of what you guys do?
Yeah, the national organization is 75 years old this year. We're celebrating our 75th anniversary, and we were established in November. November 16th is our birthday. So it's a big organization, lots of great people. And in Missouri, we have several chapters, including the one here in Columbia, of which I'm president. And we do several activities both throughout the state and locally. So several of our members put on a summer camp for blind students this past summer, ages 4 to 12 in St. Louis. It was a 2-week day camp. We taught them Braille. They were with us from 9 to 3:30 every day, every weekday, doing Braille and taking field trips. And it was a very rewarding time, and we do several other things, including advocacy. We go to the legislature every year, and we talk about issues that affect blind people and how to make things better, including our right to have free accessible voting so we can use the voting machines and vote on our own, and also to ensure our blind children have access to Braille and are being taught Braille in school so they can read and be successful adults.
Excellent. So all that good work sometimes takes a little bit of fundraising.
It does.
And you've got a trivia night coming up?
We do. Being a nonprofit, and obviously, we have to find some ways to make money. And Trivia Night has proven to be a fun success. This is our 4th annual. It's hard to believe it's been 4 years, but it'll be on November 15th at Kemper Arena. For those of you who may have attended in the past, it's in a different location this year, but it's at Kemper Arena, 1270 Boone Industrial Drive. And doors open at 5:30. Trivia will start around 6. There's going to be some fun side games, some cool door prizes to win, including one of the most popular ones we have that we've gotten so far is Missouri Theater has given us vouchers for some of their concerts. We have 2 sets of vouchers. Each voucher is good for 2 people, and that's approximately an $80 value right there. So, and there's several downtown restaurants that have given gift certificates. So, make a date night out of it. Go take someone to a restaurant and take them to a concert. And we'll have food for purchase that members usually graciously make and provide. So it's homemade food. Who can say no to that?
Right.
And there'll be some, like I said, some side games and lots of auction and door prize items and trivia. So you get some friends together and buy a table. You can either buy individual seats, which are $20, or you can purchase a full table of 8, which is $160. You can do either way. If you only have 2 people, we'll put you together with 6 friends and you make new friends.
Excellent.
And if you want to register, you can contact Debbie Wunder, that's DEBBIE Wunder, WUNDER, at 573-268-6989, or Debbie Wunder, DEBBIEWUNDER, at charter.net. 268-6989 is her cell phone.
Excellent. So reach out to Debbie if you'd like tickets for the trivia tournament, which is again November 15th there at Kemper Arena, the 4th annual. And there's a few other fundraisers going on around that time, right?
Yes. October 18th, we are hosting our annual walkathon. It's around October 15th is what we call White Cane Safety Day, where we really promote blindness and promote our independence using our long white canes or our guide dogs. Several of us have guide dogs. And so we do a walk every year. And this year our walk will be at Stevens Lake Park, Sunday, October 18th. Or Saturday, October 18th. I have my days mixed up. Saturday, October 18th at 9 a.m. We usually walk and have a good time, and always looking for sponsors for that as well.
Sure. Now, if someone wants to get involved with the walkathon, do they contact Debbie again? Or?
They can either contact Debbie, or it might be better if they contact myself,
Okay.
Daisha Cole, and my number is 289-2912 is probably the easiest way to contact me, and leave me a voicemail if I don't answer, and I'll get back to you. Or if they want to try contacting me via email, my email is dacia.luck@gmail.com. So either one of those is a good way to contact me. And the walk will be a great time, and I'm hoping for good weather. It's October, so it's unpredictable, but hopefully it'll be a good day. And of course, part of the reason we do these fundraisers is because we want kids to be able to be successful from, infant on up. And we have a scholarship we give out every year to a blind college student, whether they're attending their freshman year or whether they're going into grad school or whether they're, coming back as a non-traditional student, that we award every year in honor of 2 of our members, one of which was blind, and she passed away, and her husband passed away a few years later. And before he did, he set up a scholarship in her name and requested that it go to a blind female college student. So we give that away every year at our annual convention in March or April. So part of our proceeds will go towards that scholarship.
Excellent. Sounds like you're doing just some fantastic work, not only with the trivia night, but really giving back to the community. If somebody wants to become more involved and help out, are there ways that they can volunteer with you guys, or opportunities such as that?
Always, yes. We have several volunteer opportunities. Not only do we need some volunteers at trivia night to do things like runners or judging or helping out in the kitchen, but we also have several other projects. We need people who are able to be readers or drivers if our members need to go places, or we're working on a project where we're trying to work with local restaurants to provide for them to allow us to provide their menus in Braille for their customers who can't read them. I know me and my friends go to several places, and they're wonderful restaurants, but their menus aren't in Braille, and so we have to have someone read us the menu, which is great, except, it means it's not as independent. And so we want to offer that opportunity, and we need some volunteers to also help do some entering of the menus and making sure they're formatted properly so we can Braille them. So, and if they want to volunteer for that kind of thing, they could definitely reach out to me or reach out to Debbie, and we would happily direct them to the right people.
Excellent. Is there a website folks can check out, or?
Yeah, there is a website. It's a state website, but our chapter has its own part of the page. It's NFB, for National Federation Blind, mo.org. And there's a lot of information up there. It's continuously updating. We also have a Facebook page for both the chapter and the state, and they both can be found on the website, and photos are up there. Several of our most recent photos, we participated in the Memorial Day Parade. We have a veteran who's a member, and so we had the honor of walking in the parade with him, and it was a joy.
Excellent, excellent. Well, again, thanks for coming on, Dacia. Remind folks, November 15th is the trivia night. They can visit the website or give Debbie a call if they'd like to be involved. But thank you so much for being on the show and working to help make a difference.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, calling Debbie is probably the better way for trivia night, definitely. But I'd love to see everybody there and get your friends together, make it a competition. Family, family against friends, brothers against sisters. Have a little fun with it. So,
Sounds good. All right, thanks
you.
a lot. Hi, welcome back to Making a Difference on Columbia Access Television. I'm Josh Chittum. I've got my final guest here, John Bell. How are you, John?
I'm fine, Josh, and you?
Excellent, excellent. Good to have you
Well,
on.
thank you for having me.
And you're going to tell us some about the Oddfellows.
I'm going to try.
So,
I'm gonna try.
I did a little bit of research. It's a fraternal organization seemingly dedicated to just the betterment of all humans. It touched on visit the sick, relieve the distressed, bury the dead, educate the orphan was kind of the tagline there. But I found things focusing on the environment and really just anything and everything. So can you kind of, in a nutshell, tell me what the Oddfellows are, what they do?
It would be an awfully big nut, but to scale it down somewhat, the Oddfellows actually originated from Missouri. We're Lodge number 207.
Okay.
We received our charter back in 1869.
Wow.
And we're number 207. So it's a very, very old lodge. The relieve the distress, bury the dead, educate the orphan, that has been ongoing ever since the concept of Odd Fellowship came over from England.
Okay.
So that hasn't changed at all. We have different channels that we send our funds or monies to that help support those causes. And then after that, the governing body for Missouri, which is the Sovereign Grand Lodge,
Okay.
gives us the ability to do other things within our community.
Okay.
And they actually encourage that. And so what we're trying to do now is be a little more proactive than what we've had in the past in addressing some of these issues within our community. Now, people may recognize the Oddfellows, maybe not by the sign, but years ago we used to be what we called the Blue Coats.
Okay.
And we were over at Hearn Center, and then sometimes we were over at Faurot Field collecting tickets. And we were the guys and the gals in the blue coats and standing there at the doors, freezing, collecting tickets. But we've been recognized there as well.
So excellent. In a little bit of my research, you talked about the money you gave out. That every year Oddfellows gives out over $750 million. That's with a B. Over $750 million to relief projects. So again, a group that I see around. I didn't realize the impact was so large. That's
Well,
excellent.
one of the what the overall lodge is doing, and not just us, but collectively, and this is global. We're talking global here. They have in Cambodia, we've built schools. We've built hospitals over there. And it's just, and what's happened is that because of the ravage of war, the repercussions of that, there are orphans. I mean, and people are really struggling even today. And so that's globally, there's been a lot of emphasis there, but that's not just Cambodia. We're doing this, trying to do this on an outreach basis all over the world. And oddly enough, the United States is probably the smaller of all the organizations of Oddfellows. It's global, and it's really interesting and fascinating to watch the expansion early on, but now what they're doing within not just their communities, but also within in a country parameter.
Excellent. So I guess if we wanted to try to drum up a little more support numbers locally here in the United States, how would, does one go about becoming an Oddfellow, or, do they contact you? Or?
Well, actually, it's really easy. It's all you need to do is Google it. But, the thing is, and people in Colombia, they may not have recognized us in the past, but on the corner of 10th and Walnut, we have that lit sign, and we did that, probably about 3 years ago, and we've had all kinds of attention. We are bringing in new members. We are doing, we're trying to be more proactive in introducing Odd Fellowship to Colombia. It's a benevolent society, like most fraternal organizations are, but we're active in the Boys and Girls Club and the chili cook-offs, and and that sort of thing, and we send money to the food bank, and we do various different small things. But membership is a real key. If we had a broader range of members to work with, we can do a lot more.
For sure, and I guess it's a fraternal organization, but both men and women
Oh,
are
and
part,
that's
right?
yeah, and that's a good point, Josh. We have most fraternal organizations are just geared for men. We have men and women. The dues are $26 a year, and that's and that includes all of our meals. We eat once a month at no cost to the members. It's for it's just kind of a unique, and then of course that gives us an opportunity to visit and
Right.
just get away from every day,
Exactly.
and we're all there together.
And so, I guess I personally, the first time I became aware, besides walking by the building, was with your partnership with True Falls Film Festival. And I think that's really where a lot of folks in Columbia kind of, their eyes looked up there to the, top of the building there, and, what's this space up there. So yeah, I guess, maybe talk a little bit about your partnerships with maybe True Falls or other arts organizations
Well,
in town.
that's pretty fascinating. The first year that we tied in with Paul Sturtz and David White, and we hosted. We were one of the venues for True Falls. There was I'd say probably about 250 people in our meeting area, and the oohs and the ahs just bellowed out. People, that was the first time they've been there, and not realizing that even existed
You guys have
in Colombia.
regular meetings, and could someone just pop in if they wanted to?
We
or?
do. The best time, if somebody wanted to come by and pay us a visit, is on the third Monday of each month.
Okay, and that's there on 10th and Walnut.
10th and Walnut. And we'll have somebody there. Right now, for a short term, they can stop by our business, which is also on the corner of 10th and Walnut. And both my wife and I are members, active members of that lodge. And we'd be more than happy to give them any information they're interested, they're requesting.
For sure. Well, again, thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
on,
well,
John.
thank you very
and
much for having us.
Illuminating, shedding some light onto the Oddfellows is something that I think a lot of people in Columbia maybe saw but didn't know exactly what they did, and we encourage them to stop by and learn some more.
Well, we encourage you to join.
For sure. Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh.